It's time for the Salt and Sass podcast, when we share our love for the wonderful world of board games with you, whether you're a gaming veteran or just starting your tabletop journey. Welcome to episode 80. I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Mandy.
And wait, Mandy, things look different. What's happening? What is happening right now?
Wait, can I do it? I'm doing it. We have some guests. I'm sorry, the air horns had to come out. If you're a club kid, you know the sound. Because we have two special guests, Isaac and Mandy, which are my friends, but they are also part of the board gaming community. So I'll let them introduce themselves.
Can they be my friends too?
Oh, I will allow this. I say that
we're still testing each other out, Suzanne.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. It's only been 15 years.
All right. Sassy McSasserstein up there. So why don't you, like Mandy with an I said, why don't we do some introductions? Tell us about yourselves. Introduce yourself, please.
All right. How about you go first, Mandy?
Hi, I'm Other Mandy, as I'm known in the board game world.
I hate that. It makes it sound lesser. No.
I think it's fun.
Okay,
Mandy with a Y. And
Mandy with a Y.
Come up multiple times in the podcast. Like you come up with some frequency. So it's nice to have a voice and a face to it.
I appreciate that. I'm a content creator. I play retro games on Twitch, but I also go into a lot of tangents about board games, and I used to work in the industry. I've been involved in board games for about 15 years now.
Long time.
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, I'm Isaac Vega. I am the CEO and co-owner of Rose Gauntlet Entertainment. I've been working as a board game designer for 15 years, and I'm still kicking. I'm still going. I still love board games. I don't know why. It still has a hold on me, and I'm here. And I have a problem. But anyways, let's keep going.
No, I love that.
Dear.
Because I was actually just talking with a group. There is an Asian tabletop guild that I got to meet with just the other day. And one of the things we were talking about is how, I've been playing hobby board games for 30 plus years now. It's been 30 years. I still love board games. Like, I'm so excited about them. I still love them. Here we are just before Spiel, and I'm looking at this over 1,200 games in the Spiel list on Board Game Geek going, ooh.
100.
Yeah. Over 12.
Wow.
It's huge.
So, I
That
love
is a
that you
lot.
get to say that, Isaac. I think that's really valuable and really important. I love that. I love to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is such a wonderful catalyst to connect with other human beings, and I'm just obsessed with finding new wonderful people all the time to play games with, and it's just been a lovely experience to be able to be blessed enough to work in the industry and make a living here, and just to be able to play with so many wonderful human beings. So it's great. Why would I want to stop? Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
So I'm looking at you. So for people who are listening to the podcast, this won't have a lot of context. But remember, we do now record the video of the podcast. So that is on YouTube if you want to take a peeky peek. But I'm looking at you, and Mandy, you have like your traditional background. And then Isaac and Mandy are seated together over there. But you're all actually together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
in
In the same room.
So how did this come to be? Are you just like, we decided to make, Suzanne feel left out and alone down there, so let's all record together up here?
How did you know? That was the plan.
Greater purpose for this wonderful gathering.
That's it. See, Mandy, that's it. That was, in fact, the plan.
Right. Yeah.
Suzanne.
I believe it.
No. We always circle back to games. So for those who may not know, I've mentioned it before on the podcast. Locally, we have a convention called KanataCon. I used to be a part of it to work on it. Now I just go as an attendee, and it's fairly small. We're talking like 150 people max, and just keeps it like intimate and fun and light. And I said, hey, Mandy, hey, Isaac, would you like to come hang out at my place? And we'll literally jaunt on over. It's like a 5 to 7 minute drive. And we'll go play games for a couple of days. And honestly, you say these things and you're thinking, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, sure, sounds good. And then you never talk about it again. They're like, yeah, okay, so when? See you there. Like, coming over. And here they are.
Well, I mean, she lured me with the temptation of being outside of the United States and also her mother's cooking, so I just had to accept.
There you go. See?
And dogs. There's
And dogs. I have many dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a problem for me because normally Mandy will. Sometimes I get blessed by Mandy visiting me, or at least we see each other at conventions. And Mandy is very conscientious and to always ask, do you have enough hot sauce left? And I'm out of hot sauce, and now I don't know if I'm going to get a more of Mandy's mom's special hot sauce.
I know how to figure this out.
Okay.
The hot sauce can come by way of Mandy.
Oh, are you going to be at PAX?
I'm going to be at PAX.
I'm going to be at PAX. I'm driving down.
You have so many
Hot
things to
sauce.
deliver now.
Choo-choo.
So-
the hot sauce train.
Mandy's going to be a bit of like, the mule because I'm also going to
Hot
be...
sauce mule.
Well, not just hot sauce, fragrances.
I've been here for 20 minutes and I'm already covered in half of her fragrances.
It smells so good in this
I
room.
love it.
It's like boozy vanilla. It's great.
Amazing. Okay, we got problem solved. I love.
All
I
right.
love that I complain. I love when I complain and then I get what I want. That's a miracle.
Fair.
Thank you both, Mandy with an I and Mandy with a Y. All right, so you're going to KanataCon. You're going to play
Yes.
a bunch of games. Why don't we just, since we're talking about board games, Mandy, what's a board game or card game that you've played recently that you've really enjoyed? Tell us a little bit about that game.
Oh, that I've really enjoyed. I had one that I
No,
didn't
Mandy
really...
with a Y.
Oh, I thought it was like me. You have
Not
to
you.
specify now.
Oh.
Mandy with an I. Not the old Mandy. We all know. I want
Wow. I am not the young nubile Mandy. I am the old...
I'm nubile now?
Okay,
What
sorry.
kind of podcast
I don't know
is
why I
this?
thoroughly enjoyed saying that word, but it also sounded very wrong at the same time. I am so sorry, everybody.
Just move forward. Just pretend that didn't happen. So Mandy with a Y. What's
Okay.
a game that you've played recently that you've enjoyed?
Ooh. It's hard to say because I generally play lots of games in my life, but I stream a lot of retro on Twitch, so I don't get board games in these days as much as I would like. So it's maybe not recent, but a card game that I liked this year was the Lord of the Rings trick-taking game. Yeah.
Good.
And the second
there
one's coming
is
out
a
now.
Sequel. Yeah, there's a
Yes.
sequel releasing at Essence. So
We got to see a preview of it at Gen Con. Like, I don't think we played it, but we saw the cards and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. It looks really cool, so I'm excited for that. And I enjoyed the first one.
yeah, that's a great pick. I love that game. How about you, Isaac? You played anything recently that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, I taught a new friend who actually, I found out that someone else started a board game company that just lives down the street from me.
Oh, cool.
His name is John, and he has Lab 380. They made this wonderful game called Dogs with Jobs. So it's so cute. It's so great. So I highly suggest everybody check it out. And I played that game, which was awesome, but he really wanted to learn Lost Ruins of Arnak. So I taught him that one with the first expansion, and it was just such a lovely time. I hadn't ever played 2 players of it. I always played 3 or 4.
Right.
Setup's still a bear, but the game played so much faster and so much more, just streamlined. I really enjoyed it at 2 players.
Nice. I've only ever played it solo.
Oh, really?
I didn't know
maybe
it did solo.
Maybe we need to solve that this weekend.
I've
'cause
only
I love
ever
that
played,
game.
and it's two-hand. It's one of those ones too where you have to play like another like dummy player, which you know how much I love. I'm being sarcastic. I hate doing that.
I'm honestly floored.
I didn't mind it. I streamed it actually, so there is actual evidence of it. So
Oh.
Oh, I had no idea. That's wild. And Isaac, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have something happening with Rose Gauntlet coming up pretty soon?
yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you for asking. Our campaign, Gone to Gaia, is going to be launching next week on GameFound. So if y'all want to check out our next big thing, literally, it's huge.
So wait, so this will be
Yeah, it's probably live as people.
When-
are
Oh, it's
watching
probably
or listening
live
to
right
this
now. Yes,
Yeah.
I
Correct.
forgot that we record things in the
We're in the
past and they
future.
happen in the future.
Yeah.
exactly.
All right,
I'm just a very
Gone to
present
Gaia,
person.
Give me the pitch. Convince
So-
me, Isaac. Convince me.
Yes.
It's 5 minutes or less.
Yes, in Gone to Gaia, you take on the role of Delvers, who are the last heroes of humanity that has been completely taken over by this purple mist called the tide. It's continued rising and rising and rising, and as the years have gone by, the human race hasn't been able to stop it, because what's been happening is that things have been transforming and changing underneath the tide into things that are just perilous to humans. So they keep rising up on these mountaintops, trying to have the humanity live on there. They've tried to escape the earth. They can't do it either. And all that's left now is this last little civilization called Bird's Nest on the top of the last mountain peak that's peeking over of this giant fog of the tide. And you are trying to reach this monolith called Gaia that is in the distance, and for some reason it repels the tide, but it keeps moving in the distance. In this game, you are taking on delvers that can travel underneath the tide with these specialized suits. They're very limited resources for this group of people that are left. And it's a roguelite adventure. So every time you dive underneath the tide, you're actually going to be equipping different things onto your characters and resetting them every time you go back to Bird's Nest. So it's truly like a roguelite video game in such an awesome way. You have these 14 different little decks of cards, and you're constantly building and leveling up to be able to draw from them. Oh, and there goes my microphone.
Poor Isaac is on
again.
the
That will happen
bus.
multiple times. So they have 14 small decks, which essentially this is kind of like a hand builder more than a deck builder. You're constantly equipping new things to your characters. You're going to be able to draw from these decks every time you level up. So you're going to be getting these cards that tell you, okay, you can draw from this deck or this deck or this deck. And if you already have a card from that deck, you get to take the next level up of that card and constantly be improving what your characters can do as you delve deeper and deeper. But every time you delve, you may not draw the same level up card. So you have to go ahead and work with the tools that are presented to you. So it truly feels like a roguelite experience, because you never know what tools you're going to have available to you, but you got to make do with what you get. So it's really, really fun experience. And it's such an interesting puzzle with the monsters that you're going to be facing, because the setup is also always different as well. The spawn cards change which monsters come out, where they come out, and it continues the story. Every time you dive, you come back to Bird's Nest and continue on with the story, and the characters advance as well. There's so many different things going on in the game. There's even a this hasn't really been revealed to the public yet. There is a dating simulator as well, expansion that you can buy for the game. So we're really trying to show a lot of overlap of love in the video game world and the board game world kind of coming together.
I like that.
So we're just super excited about this project. I really want you guys to go ahead and check it out. And remember, it's going to be launching on GameFounds. We have all the information there, and that's gone to Gaia. So definitely go check it out. I'm super excited about this project.
I was already excited about it, and then you told me.
I know, right?
And I was like,
That's right.
Yes. And we all know we talked about on the podcast, date everything. Remember I talked about dating your furniture? Well, I don't know if you're dating furniture here, but I'm about the whole dating.
Not quite dating
thing.
furniture, but you might date something not human.
Oh, that took a turn.
My goodness. So yeah, we'll definitely. I mean, you know, with bias, I've been a fan of a number of your past projects, Isaac. So obviously,
thank
I'm really
you.
always excited by something new, and I love roguelike games and hand builders and things like that. So that and just the setting sounds unique. I don't know that I've played a game that has that kind of. I mean, there's lots of games in this kind of, you know, post-apocalyptic or restrictive kind of fantasy world, but that's a very cool narrative that you just wove that is unique. So that's
Yeah, what's really interesting about this project is that we actually developed the IP before we found the game, because we were going to make this into a video game. We were originally developing this IP when we launched the company, and we were presented a game by the main designer, Quinn Bradner, a couple years ago at Gen Con, and we were like, oh my gosh, this board game actually completes the roguelike system in such a similar way to a video game. It would really work for the Gone to Gaia IP, and we can then produce it faster and put it out in the public faster than we were going to be able to as a company if we wanted to release it as a video game. So we started working with him and melding the two ideas, and it's just been an absolutely fantastic experience.
That is awesome. And of course, Quinn Brander is quite the rising star in
yes.
the design
Nice.
world and is just a lovely person as well. And that's something, that Mandy with an I and I talk about a lot on the podcast is that we really like playing games and then talking about games and sharing games that are made by good people. Nice people.
Absolutely.
And so it's I'm not surprised because it's Rose Gauntlet, but yeah, Quinn Brander's a really cool person, so that's awesome to hear too.
And he's been an absolute dream to work with as a designer. Awesome. It's been fantastic.
So we will make sure to have the link to Gone to Gaia in the show notes and things like that for anybody.
Oh, thank you guys.
And want to be like, what was that game?
Yeah.
We'll have the link right there in the show notes, so you can click and go check it out. Easy. Yes. All right, folks. So you might have noticed we're going to have a slightly different podcast today because of special guests, and that's cool. And it's Spiel, right? So that's what we're really going to focus on. Spiel at Essen 2025, the biggest board game convention of the year, every year. As I mentioned, on BoardGameGeek.com, they have a preview list that Eric Martin puts together. Whoa, over 1,200 titles.
Yeah,
you're scrolling through it. Some of those are duplicates because the different regional publishers will list it, and some of them aren't new. So, grain of salt, but still, that's a lot of games. So, Mandy, I don't know I went through all freaking 1,200.
So did I.
Scroll.
1,200, y'all.
I did too.
Some that I thought would look interesting. So, we're just basically going to serve up a supersized game pie. So, Isaac and Mandy with Y, if you're not familiar, game pie is we don't like to rank things. We don't like doing top 10s because ranking things makes us nervous. So we just like grouping things. And that's what our game pie is. And, then we like pastry, right? So we do these game pies.
Awesome.
So we're going to do a supersized game pie, all focused on Spiel 2025. And Mandy's got some, I got some. Isaac and Mandy with a Y, jump in anytime. I do, though, Mandy with an I and I do have a commitment to our listeners and our viewers, though, that we like to bring a little industry news when it's appropriate to the show. So I'm just going to call out that in the United States, and the president has now threatened new tariffs. So 100% tariff on China manufactured goods on top of the existing 30%. If these tariffs go into effect in November, as he's threatened, that will be a 130% tariff on China manufactured goods. That is disaster level numbers, which we were facing earlier this year.
I remember.
It was like 100%, 125%, 145%. I think it maxed out as 145%.
That's
now,
wild.
ultimately, that level was in place for a very short amount of time, but we don't know what's going to happen. So at the time of this recording, it's mid-October. Keep an eye on it if you care. And it's interesting. So, Isaac, I'm running a Kickstarter right now for Restoration Games for a game called Return to Dark Tower. And we have people asking about tariffs, and Restoration is committing to not passing on those costs. But if, there's 145%, 130% tariff,
right,
we have to deliver this in a year, that's going to be an interesting time. But also it's interesting because sometimes backers say things like, especially our non-US based backers are like, well, why should I care? Why do I care about U.S. tariffs? And I think that's very fair. But ultimately, like it or not, the U.S. market for board games is a significant part of the market. And so for any publisher, whether you're European-based, Asian-based, or otherwise, if you're making games in China, this will impact you. And these kinds of tariffs have farther reaching impacts in terms of cost of goods that are used to make the board games, and supply chain and freight systems and shipping systems. And is it fair? No. But is it isolated so it only impacts Americans who care about board games? That's also not true. Like it or not. Like, I don't like it, and I'm an American. So, hey, if you missed the news, that's the news. Keep an eye on it. And as always, if a game that you are buying or backing is impacted by tariffs, maybe give your campaign creators a little bit of grace, because they don't like this at all. Either. And Mandy with a lie, you're like,
the emotional roller coaster I've been on this year because of the tariffs has been insane.
I have a lot of friends on Facebook who run campaigns, and I see them post a lot about some of the comments they get from backers who just don't have any empathy for how they also are affected by it. and their livelihood is being affected by it. So it's
Yeah, I've had a lot of friends lose their jobs because of it already.
Right.
Yeah, in fact, that's the other piece of news is just the other day, Amigo announced that they are shuttering their U.S. wing. So, of course, Amigo is a well-established German publisher of amazing games and long-established publisher with amazing titles underneath the belt. Well, they've had a U.S. arm operating for years, and they announced that the final straw. I mean, I assume there were other challenges that they were going through for a variety of reasons, but they said the final straw is these tariffs, and so they are literally closing that entire branch of the business.
Wow.
And to your point, Isaac, I mean that's jobs. Those are those are jobs, and that's access, because if you are a fan of Amigo games, how are you going to get them in the States now? We don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what they end up trying to do. So that's the bummer news. Sorry.
Yes.
We'll talk about happier.
it's life.
Well, that's it. It's good to be aware, right?
Absolutely. So Mandy, let's serve up a Spiel pie.
Yes. Okay, so just before anyone says anything, actually no one will say anything because they know me. I purely pick my list based on, ooh, that looks pretty. Ooh, there are dice. Ooh, like that. Okay, sometimes I'll look at the mechanics and I'll be like, I like that, but it's like a first glance kind of thing. So let's not get too deep on it. Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna get really deep on it.
Yeah, I think everybody knows you by now. So
Just in case someone's new, I'm just saying, this is not a deep dive. I don't have the game purely based on looks. But my first slice of Spiel or Essen pie is Horloge, the Prague astronomical clock. The name alone has me interested, first of all. And just looking at it, I'm like, excellent. It looks like some type of worker placement, perhaps. And then I saw the word rondelle and I went, hey. Oh, Mandy, I see your face. What's going on?
It's beautiful.
It's so gorgeous.
Uh-oh,
like-
what? But
No, I
I
don't
thought
know
it was
anything
about-
else about it. I'm like listening you describe it, but I'm also an artist, by the way. So I'm just like really excited about how it looks.
okay, that's good. See? Exactly. It just makes me excited looking at it. So, like I said, I don't know a ton about the game, but I just really like the aesthetic
Yeah,
of it. And then I saw some of the mechanics on it that looked cool. Like it has tech trees, rondelle, that sort of thing. And I mean, you're speaking my language right there. Plus the really pretty art. Interesting title. Horloge, the Prague astronomical clock. Very excited to try this. Oh, and of course, it's a nice, juicy, crunchy one. You know how I love those.
There's a rooster meeple I'm in.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, it's the details that matter.
That's
It
right.
looks amazing, and that was on my.
Oh, that was nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, good one.
Horloge.
Oh yeah, that is
First
something.
slice up for me. I had to lead with a roll and write game. Come on, folks, you know me. And this one, there's a few. Yeah, we're off the heyday of maybe 4 or 5 years ago when there were 30 new roll and writes. I found maybe like half a dozen this year. But the first one that really was is Sakura Dice. This is coming from A Games, designed by Hegdus Saba, and it's about rolling dice and drawing a sakura branch or a cherry tree with sakura blossoms. And really, I think there are games like this out there, but what caught my attention is that the way the dice are, you're getting little blossom and leaf values, and you have this grid, and as you are drawing your tree, you're actually drawing a tree. You're not filling in numbers, you're not crossing things
I
off.
like that.
And you are actually drawing a tree. You are drawing leaves and branches and blossoms, and it just looks charming. It looks like it's got a little more interesting combo gameplay. It's got that lovely drawing element. So Sakura Dice plays beautiful. I'm really excited to try to check this one out.
Funny story. I actually am going through games because I'm doing renovations, and guess what game I pulled out? Sakura, the original one that's been sitting on my shelf unplayed since I bought it at Essen many years ago.
Oof.
So there you go. That's a sign that we need to play it maybe at the convention. So very exciting.
Yeah, this one's beautiful. I can't wait to see some artists get a hold of this one because I'm sure it
Isaac,
could turn
where do you
out
sit
super
on roll and
pretty.
write style games?
You know what? I really, really loved them when they first came out, and I wanted to design some, but by the time I started kind of playing around with the mechanic, funnily enough, Wild Gardens, my last game, started off as a roll and write.
Really? I don't think I knew that.
Completely evolved. Completely. But I think like they exploded so much, and there were so many that I couldn't follow up with them, and then I just wanted to start playing with bits again.
Yeah.
so I kind of took a little break from them, but I still think what I love about them is how much they do with so little. Like it's such a wonderful way to kind of really challenge yourself as a designer to play with the minimum tools possible, right? Like and really still engage people in an interesting way, and this is another lovely example.
Yeah. And Mandy, it's a drawing one, so as an artist, right?
There you go.
I really
right?
I was just thinking, like, you know, I remember when, like, a couple years ago, like when I gamed with Mandy, she brought over tons of roll and writes, and I'm glad the trend is over because it means that the ones that are coming out now are made because the person really likes a roll and write or really need it to be a roll and write, as opposed to like, we got to get in on this trend.
Right.
And then, yes, as an artist, I would get very distracted putting way too many details on my tree. This is a little
Then I'll
bird.
play against you because then I can win. I like it.
His name is Copernicus.
All right, Mandy, what's your next slice?
Before I jump into the next slice, sorry, it just hit me after I said it. In French, horloge is clock, but the game is not actually French. The first one that I talked about, I think. Anyway, just saying for our, Franco-Canadian or other people. I just thought that was creative. Okay, next.
Ooh.
The next slice of high is Garden Lake. Now,
Yep.
I looked at him like, oh, it's so cute. And I love the fact that you get to build your garden and water lilies and koi fish and all these fun things. And it's abstract, which is I'm not particularly good at abstract games, but I do like what they bring to the table. Do you know what I mean? Something different makes my brain work a little differently. I'm okay with that. I don't need to win. I just want to see something different. And puzzle. Much like a lot of video games, I like games that where I have to solve some type of puzzle. So I don't think it's overly complex. I think it is on the lighter side. It's an Uwe game, so it's an Uwe Rosenberg. So that also exactly.
Yeah. I'm like looking at it. And
Yeah.
like,
And of course, I'm going to have to try. And then the polyomino aspect as well. So, so Garden Lake is one that I'm very much looking forward to trying.
Another pretty one. However, I'm a little disappointed
Why?
that there wasn't more drama behind what was in the gameplay, because the cover feels like there's something going on between those two fish. Something is happening.
how do you know that the fish aren't integral to the gameplay?
I assume they're in the game, but I want more.
What if it's a game about murder?
Murder.
We don't know. We haven't read the rules yet.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
We don't know.
The burial.
Rosenberg, what do you got cooking?
It went dark. Everybody got dark.
All right. Speaking of water.
Yeah, that's a Mandy segue right there.
Speaking of water, next slice up for me is Aquatica Duelim. Aquatica is a larger board game that I have played a lot over the years, and I love it. It's got this unique tableau, kind of laddering tableau system where you tuck cards into these columns and you kind of build these little engines and action cycles that I find really compelling from a gameplay perspective. And I loved Aquatica. And now there's this 2-player Aquatica by the same designer coming out from Cosmodrome. So I'm instantly attracted because, like, ooh, what are they doing? And there seems to be this trend. So certainly trends that I noticed as I was scanning, a lot of dual.
Yes, I did see
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Interesting that that's back.
This is one that really caught my eye because I love that cascading card action. And it sounds like they're introducing a few other mechanical elements. They had mantas in the first game. They're introducing squids and turtles now and things like that. So I always am intrigued by 2-player only games. And Mandy and Isaac, as game designers, you might be because I always think that player count restriction allows designers to really focus on balancing the game for 2 and not have to worry about, well, what if they have 3 or is there a first player advantage? All like so. Aquatica Duelim, I want to check this out very much. No murder. No.
No.
Unfortunate again, but
Sadly.
but But yeah, I really like what you said there. I really do appreciate the focus on two players. I think one of the effects that COVID had on the board game industry is being able to focus on smaller player counts a little bit more because people were, locked away with maybe just their partner. And then they just like, okay, well, we want some, meatier things. We want to be able to explore some more things that we would be able to explore in larger groups. And that allowed, I think, a lot of board game companies to take a little bit more of a risk on two-player games that we're seeing a lot more focus. So, like, I love seeing more of this trend because I do think a lot of people actually want these kind of products, but it just wasn't seen as something that's viable if you go for a two-player audience instead of like, oh, you need a 3 or a 4, because game night is traditionally thought of as like you're inviting people over to come and play, but it doesn't have to be that. It could just be you and your partner, or you and your friend, and sometimes that's a lot more viable of an actual night.
Yeah, and I feel like
Absolutely.
like two people shouldn't have to feel like, well, the gameplay's okay at 2.
Right.
Which is nice that we're finally catering to that gaming experience.
Yeah. Funny story. You're just picking all the ones, Suzanne. That's another one where I have the expansion, Aquatica. I have yet to touch. It's sitting on the table. So there's another one we can add to the pile to play.
I love it. Almost like, gee, if only you were going to a game convention.
I know, where we could
soon, where
play
you
these.
play a lot of games, huh?
That art.
Oh, I see it. You're like, what's going on?
Sorry.
We skip to the next one.
Oh, the next one. Sorry. Okay. Well, my next slice of pie, which I should probably get to, is the Druids of Edora. I'm going to say that's how it's pronounced. And I'll just get straight to it. Y'all know why I picked this one. It's a Stefan Feld game. And I do have a nice collection of Stefan Felds, and I feel like I haven't played one in a while or talked about one in a while. So this is one I was like, oh, this could be interesting. And the art was also something that attracted me to it. So I was like, let's hear some more. Definitely had like a narrative vibe to it. I know that's not what the game's about at all, but I'm in that space right now. It had that kind of fantasy-esque kind of vibe. So I was into it. And I'll be honest with you, I saw dice placement and I went, yes. I do love a good strategic dice placement game, and I am hoping this scratches that itch for me. So, art looks great. A fan of the designer, like their work, and dice placement. I mean, you had me at hello, or dice in this case. So that's the Druids of Edora.
Settle down there.
I know,
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen a lot of dice placement or dice-focused board games, hasn't it?
It's true.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be one to fill the gap.
Yeah, what was that? I mean, Kingsbird was like long time ago. And then what was that one? Marco Polo? Oh.
I feel like we saw a lot of dice obsession around like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like started going downhill, maybe because of the price.
Oh,
like,
that's true.
Like of those things going up. But this is gorgeous. I'm very excited to try it out.
Looks really cool.
Fantasy Art Nouveau cover.
Yes,
Into
that's a really good description.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Hey, you can't judge a game by its cover, but a good cover can pull you.
That's true.
All right, not quite as light, and this is going to be an interesting one. My next slice is 1975 White Christmas.
Nice.
Now, Mandy with an I specifically left this game for me. She knew I was going to put on my list because I am #1 fangirl of looking games out of Spain. I love all of these games, and the 19XX series that they do is phenomenal. They're small box games that they pack a phenomenal amount of gameplay into these small box, and they are all historically based. So there's one about the Channel Tunnel, there's one about the San Francisco earthquake, there's one about jazz, and there's one about the painting of the Sistine Chapel now.
That's cool.
And here we have 1975 White Christmas, and unfortunately, if you're not familiar with history, that might sound charming. It's not.
I was gonna say.
1975 White Christmas. White Christmas is the trigger song that they used in Vietnam to announce like kind of the massive last evacuation.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
And yeah, it's a little bit of a darker theme. So 1975 White Christmas takes you to the final hours of the Vietnam War as you are trying to perform rescue missions. So it's a positive message. You're trying to perform rescue missions and evacuate as many civilians as you can. But that historical incident was quite dark and quite, there's a lot of negative around that period in time. Now, what I can say is, so it's a little like I'm a little leery. I love everything that Looping Games does, but thematically, this one feels like a little tense to me without knowing anything about the game. That said, I know what I do know is Looping treats their topics with a lot of respect, and they do a lot of research end to end. So I have no reason to think that they aren't going to treat this topic with a lot of respect and sympathy. So 1975 White Christmas, it's an insta want for me because it's from Looping. We'll see how that theme plays out. Because just last episode, Mandy, right, I was talking about Anota from Salt and Pepper Games, another Spanish publisher, talking about Isaac and Mandy with a Y. This is a game about the soldier on Lubang Island who didn't realize the war was over, and he kind of fought the 30-year guerrilla war.
Yeah.
And the game was excellent, but thematically it hit really hard. So 1975 White Christmas, I'm pretty confident it's going to be a good game, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I always respect so much the designers that can bring a historical bend to their games and still make it fun and engaging. So it's really interesting, and it's a really dark topic. So I'm really interested to see what you think of it and play it as well.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Oh, I'll let you know.
All right. Well, the next one on the list, I'm sure this probably would have also been on Suzanne's list. Oh, wait, I think it was. But I've decided to talk about it, and that is...
That's okay.
I know. Sharing is caring, though. We can share it. Railway Boom. And the reason why I thought, hey, Suzanne probably would like this too, it's because it's designed by Hisashi Hayashi, and the art is by Ian O'Toole. So I was like, hey, yes. And it is actually super cute art. I actually really like it. Like, it's simple, but super cute. Affected. Like, I can see, this game, I can, for the most part, see what it's about. And you're laying tracks. I mean, anybody who's played any of these kind of rail games, it's very similar kind of concepts, right? With your hexes and laying the tracks, the straights and your curves and all that good stuff. They usually have like an auction bidding, which I'm not a fan of auction bidding, but I feel like in these types of games, you kind of have to have that to make it work. And so it has that network and route building, which I'm a huge fan of. And lately I've been playing a lot more of these types of games. It doesn't have the level of weight, but the playtime is between 60 and 120 minutes. So I think it's probably in that medium to heavier kind of range. And I think the art might be a little deceiving. That might make it look like it's cute and light and fun, but it actually has, it's a bit crunchier. So Railway Boom is it's looking kind of nice. Very excited to try this one.
It was absolutely on my list too, and I just made a quick switcheroo in our list because of this, and that's fine. I want to point out that this is actually a redo of a game that they released actually a few years ago, and Hisashi actually has a long history designing train games. He's great at it, and he explores that space in really interesting ways. But this is a redo, and so Mandy, you were talking about like sometimes you don't like auctions.
Yeah.
Like one of the adjustments, so it's not a reprint, and I think we can treat this as a new title because they have adjusted a number of elements from the previous release, and that's partly why I'm really excited about it because I have the older.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. The re-implement. I didn't realize. Yeah.
And so the auctions are now open auctions. They've added route points. They've added end game objectives. So they've streamlined some rules. So I think I'm extra excited for this one, and I'm glad that I think we were both very smart to want to call it.
Yes, great taste.
I don't know. Mandy and Isaac, do you play a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd say like a fair amount, more about as the average person. But I was looking at this and thinking about how the first game I saw that was illustrated by Ian O'Toole was Irish Gauge, which was a train game.
Yeah, which was a train game. That's
and I love his style because like there's some people who you do a lot of illustrations for board games, but they don't do the UI and like the boards and stuff. But like Ian does everything, and it's so cohesive, beautiful. I'm a big fan.
Nice.
Ian is a person that I don't like. I love him as a person. He is an absolutely wonderful person.
Wait, finish that sentence. Hold on.
I don't like him, but I love him.
Ian O'Toole
It's hard
is a
stuff.
wonderful person. But I look at his range as an artist and as a graphic designer, and I'm like, I resent you. For your talent.
Okay.
Like, why do you have all
Like, you're so talented, I hate you. Right. I feel that way too.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair that one person has that many abilities.
Right.
That's how I feel about Quan Chai, so I get it.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's so talented.
I'm kidding.
As well.
He's lovely.
Yeah, I play a decent amount of train games as well. But what I really love about what you mentioned is the fact that they're deciding to re-implement it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I wish the board game industry did more of. Like, just putting something out there, because you put so much love into it.
Mm-hmm.
You put
Right.
so much care into the design. And now it's out there. You're seeing how people are reacting to it. You're seeing what connected with them. You're seeing what didn't connect with them. And now you're taking it back and showing it some more love after you were able to get that information. And I really do think that the industry needs to do more of that, because there's so many great ideas out there that are just kind of thrown to the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to see more of this.
I agree.
Yeah,
I love that perspective. I think that's a really great perspective.
absolutely.
Next slice up for me, another roll and write style game or flip and write style game. This one has Ludovic Montblanc attached to it as well on the design, and Christine Olkoff, published by Lumberjack Studio. So this is Alice de l'autre côté du miroir.
Okay, not bad, Suzanne. Pas mal, okay.
Okay, d'accord.
So the other side of the mirror.
Yes. So this is an Alice in Wonderland themed flip and write game where you are drawing shapes on your sheet, like polyomino shapes, and there's like things that you can cover up to unlock bonuses and things like that. That's not going to be enough to get me. Where I got intrigued is halfway through the game, you rotate your sheet and you have to mirror everything.
Oh.
And I'm like, the
Makes
sheet
sense.
is double sided. You flip it, you actually flip it, and then it's like you're crossing the mirror. So they're, it's the other side of the mirror. Like they're really thematically bringing that into the actual gameplay, flipping the sheet, using the shapes and things like that. So I think it sounds clever. It looks intriguing. And I'm betting because of that mirroring thing, there's another roll and write game called Splitter that I love.
Splitter's
where
good.
You have to like match sides and it breaks your brain. It just breaks your brain. So that mirroring, that flipping element, I think will add a lot of like, not rules complexity, but like brain complexity to the play.
I love it when my brain hurts.
De l'autre côté du miroir.
Okay, and listen, Suzanne's getting that accent. Stephanie, you can tell us how she did when I see you on Saturday. That sounds cool. I missed that one, actually. That's definitely one. I don't know if you two, that sounds interesting for Mandy and Isaac, but
I will either lose horribly at this game or completely destroy everyone. I have no idea.
There's no in
like on
between.
some days, my brain works perfectly for this kind of stuff, and then other days, I don't know what's happening.
I will probably lose, but like trying to figure out the puzzle will make me giggle by myself in the corner of the table.
I feel that.
Yeah.
My next slice of pie, well, just get right to it. It's called Gazebo. And this is a Rainer Knizia game, and Bitewing is publishing this one. And you're forming a botanical garden with beautiful dominoes to make, well, gazebos. Ooh. Dominoes, as Isaac and I were talking, in general hold a special place in our hearts because we grew up around dominoes. So I love seeing it being played in like different kinds of forms and things like
this
that.
is one of my favorite covers so far of the stuff we just discussed.
What kind of art? I don't know the art that you would call this. Like, what style of art would
It's got like
this
almost like a folk sort of influence, I would say.
Okay. Oh, I can see that. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's really, I actually quite enjoy this as well. I don't know why. I'm just really attracted to different types of art. It just pulls me in.
It's somewhat reminiscent of some Caribbean like tile work as well.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and you look, even the tiles are there.
Tiles, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So, yeah. So for those of you who are, like Isaac and our parents or families from the Caribbean, you're going to be like, hello, this might appeal to you. But also the gameplay looks interesting. It's another abstract kind of strategy game. I like abstract games, like I was saying, and then the art is kind of drawing me in. I don't know, this one, I don't think it's a heavy game. There's no weight on it, but it's about a 30-minute play, so I don't think it's going to be, like burst your brain kind of thing, but I definitely think there's going to be some strategy. So Gazebo, I think this looks really nice.
I'm going to enjoy touching everything in this game.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Touch me.
Look, you know what?
I know, right? Right there.
That's part of the reason I like board games. There's some good tactile stuff going on.
Those clinky
There's what's that song? Touch me. Dun, 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 dun. I can get my satisfaction. Satisfaction. Okay, never mind. Somebody else will know the song. I swear I'm not a weirdo. I just don't push me and then don't touch me. Okay, anyway.
It has a little carrying case too.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Cute.
Oh, is that like a material mat as well then?
I think so.
I mentioned that I thought dual versions of the games were kind of a
Yeah.
pattern. The other thing is I want somebody to go through, not me, because I'm way too lazy, and figure out what percent of the games in the list are from Reiner Knizia.
There were a lot.
So
No, there were a lot.
many Reiner Knizia
'Cause,
games
yeah.
in the 1200
Absolutely.
games. And I swear to God, even though there are 1,200 games in the list, a notable percentage of them.
I noticed that as well.
Is
You're
he
absolutely
okay?
right.
Are they holding him in a log cabin and forcing him to make a lot of games?
I'm going to throw out a conspiracy theory.
Let's start a rumor right now.
Ghost
Exactly.
designers
Wah, wah.
using his name. Oh,
But you're not wrong.
No.
There were a lot.
I'm not actually claiming that at all. He's great. He's wonderful, and all he does is design
prolific.
games all day long.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. So Gazebo's one you all can check out.
Alrighty. Next up for me, I think I tend to attach myself to publishers, and especially when publishers just do great stuff consistently. And one of those is Salt and Pepper Games. I don't think
Yeah.
they've released a stinker yet. So Salt and Pepper Games, the one that is premiering at Spiel, and I think they ran a crowdfunder for it too, but it's the Battle of the Divas, which is a 2-player board game that you take on the role of the biggest fight for operatic supremacy of all time between Maria Calais and Renata Tebaldi. And so this real life opera battle between two famous singers. You're performing in theaters and you've got diva cards, as you should. You're goofing with your vocal ranges. You're influencing the orchestra. So there's some area control. There's some
area control.
There's
Interesting.
some set collection. They also did a game a couple of years ago about the fashion wars in terms of kind of the new, young, hot fashionistas from America and the traditional European. And I played that, and they had like a runway. I loved it. It was a great game. So the idea of kind of what they did with that setting and that theme, and then what they could do with this diva. Oh, yeah. So the Battle of the Divas, I'm stoked.
This is making the gay man in me so happy.
Right?
I thought you were going to say Mariah and Whitney. Like, I thought that's where it was going to go.
This is part one of a series, girl.
Okay, fair.
That's gonna happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my next slice of pie is based on, I'll say based on a video. It's a video game. But they have now Don't Starve, the board game.
Ooh.
I'll be very forthcoming. I have a lot of this series, and I haven't only played a lot of it because I got a lot of games, okay? I'm talking about the video game, so I might just jump on this first and then come back to it. But it actually is rated fairly high on BGG. It looks like it's like actually it's a 3.3 out of 5, so it's like a mid to heavyweight game. And I think the interest for me lies in the fact that it's part of this series. Like, the game looks interesting to me, and then as soon as I saw things like farming, I mean, I'm into that in video games, so I'm like, definitely want to see how it plays out in the board game. And in the description, it does talk about it being based on the series, so I'm assuming it's going to have a lot of similar mechanics. So I'm hoping this will push me to start playing the video game that I bought a lot of, that it looks really cool to play. But Don't Starve, the board game, seemingly looks like it's going to do well. It's fairly highly rated currently on BGG.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think this is a brilliant thing to port over to a board game. This style is so not represented in the board game
It's
industry.
not. And the art's fun on this one.
And
It is.
the miniatures look fantastic.
Stunning.
Is
that like in the base?
Yeah, I think this is the base game. Sorry, so for those who are just listening, it's not on screen for everybody to see, but we're kind of seeing it on the side. And if you have a chance, head on over to BGG. It's very cool.
I think there's something to be said about a well-executed IP.
And doing video game based board games is like, that's a trend too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
all right, well, I had to do a quick switcheroo because I had Railway Boom, but I want to get more games in the mix. And I will say, Mandy, and I think you and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
I had a plethora of
Oh,
games. Like,
me too.
I had to make some tough choices on what I wanted to highlight in this game pie, because there are a lot of interesting games coming out at Spiel. Like I didn't even put any Oink games, and I could have.
I'm surprised. Yeah, that's right.
I know. That's how tough it is.
Yeah, that's true.
So I slid in 108 Outlaws.
Oh, this looks cute.
This is a card game by Daryl Chow, published by
Daryl.
Aura Game. I love what Daryl does in general. Daryl did Overparked, co-designer on Remember Our Trip and Come Sail Away, which are two of I love those games on the Artemis project. So Daryl's a great designer, and here we have 108 Outlaws. It is a game set in, I guess, a Chinese fable about 108 outlaws that were banding together to fight for social justice, right? And it's adorable. The illustration style is very graphic and kind of cartoony and goofy, and I love it. It's got some personality. And this game has hand management, multi-use cards.
That's cool. I love that. Me too.
And set collection where you're kind of banding together your heaven and earth outlaws to get points and prestige and things like that. It plays solo, plays 1 to 5, nice player count range.
It's good.
It looks so fun. So 108 outlaws. I want to band together with 107 other people to fight for social justice. Let's do it.
I like it. I like it a lot. And Daryl actually lived in Ottawa for a while, so we were having a whole conversation about like that's so cool. So yeah.
Is he going to be here this weekend?
I don't think so. No.
Well, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Oh no.
No, I was going to say, what's really cool about this is it looks like every card is featuring a different character. Mm-hmm. So all of the 108 outlaws are there. And I absolutely love it when games have a plethora of characters to choose from, because you can attach to so many different ones and feel certain things about different ones and kind of bring the story together. So I really love that. And I'm very excited to check this out.
Yeah, that's cute. I really like the art on that one. That's super cute.
Personality.
Yeah, love it. Okay, the next one made it.
Oh, you did it with this. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, let me preface this by saying I was watching movies with my mom, and I don't know the exact title of it. Something about Winnie the Pooh, but it's like a horror movie. It's terrible, by the way. But that was like on the brain, and then I was like, oh, what's this? And this game is Winnie the Pooh, Serious Detective. Not a horror game, but, you know, it could take us down a dark path. Who knows?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. The way Eeyore is drawn is kind of giving me some horror vibes.
Actually,
Right?
I'm not gonna lie, it does actually look a little scary. But I mean, I like scary things, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, like it. You know what? Now that I'm looking closely at the art, you would be accurate. Eeyore's having a rough go in the background here, but it literally is a game that's like murder mystery. You know, solving the mystery puzzle, that sort of thing. Seemingly under the Winnie the Pooh kind of. I don't even know how I would say this because it's like Winnie the Pooh with an edge. We'll go with that. I feel like they're saying this is kind of, it says 12 plus, but the description of it was like, yeah, you could play with your family. So I don't know if it's basing it off of, fairy tales and things like that, like Grimm's and Brothers and all these things. The origins of those are kind of dark. So maybe that's the vibe they're going for. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I like Winnie the Pooh. This looks like it has a bit of an edge to it. I love a good puzzle mystery solving. Mandy knows we've played some kind of puzzle type games before, and I don't know. This might it looks good. So Winnie the Pooh, Serious Detective. I think it could be fun.
Who killed Mr. Owl?
Why do we assume the owl was killed?
I don't see the owl anywhere on the cover.
Mr. Owl.
I don't see the bunny guy either.
Piglet is not to be found.
Is that Tigger in the background?
Eating bacon?
Oh, wow.
Why is Tigger a pervert?
Okay. I'm having regrets choosing this game, everyone.
You can't do these kinds of themes with me. I will go crazy.
No, it's great. But check the box cover now, people. Now you'll see what we're talking about. So there you go. Winnie the Pooh, Serious Detective.
But it looks, I like the way that it looks.
It's different.
I mean,
okay. Winnie the Pooh's just not smiling and, like whatever.
It's
pensive.
He's dressed like a 1950s detective.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, Suzanne? He's what now?
He's a serious Pooh.
yeah.
Okay, moving on.
This is a serious Pooh, y'all.
Grow up, children.
Moving on.
No, it's interesting to me because, like, obviously Winnie the Pooh is associated with, like, Disney,
The Disney
but they
representation.
can't.
Yeah.
So like they had to go in a very different direction, and I think they did I'm very intrigued to see how they reimagine that world.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Also, shout out to Winnie the Pooh being named after Winnipeg.
All right. Did they
Oh.
give him pants?
Did you not know that?
I did not know that.
It was a bear named after a soldier's hometown.
I knew that. I didn't know it was Winnipeg. That makes sense. I just
Yeah.
didn't know that. Oh, I learned something new.
Thank God.
go.
The mystery is solved. He's pantsless, y'all. That's good. It's
Oh.
staying. The IP is still there.
We're still okay.
Canonically, Tigger will remain pantsless. We can sleep easy
All right,
tonight.
we're gonna move on.
Yes, it's like we need to move
Oh my
away from
God.
Winnie the Pooh.
I'm not gonna talk about the pantsless bear anymore.
It was the tiger.
Recall.
The bear is
It
pantsless as well.
Oh,
Very different direction. Oh my goodness. We need you back more often.
I know, right? I thought I'm usually the unhinged one.
I know. Here we are.
I'm trying to be reserved.
Recall is Recall is a board game I want.
Yeah. This looks good.
Recall is a game, kind of, I guess, the follow-up to Revive, which was very well received. I haven't had a chance to play Revive, but here we have Recall. It arguably could be in that family of games. It looks like it's got a little more going for it. One of the reasons why I was attracted to Recall, besides the very big eyeball, the eye, that's the cover, which is eye-catching.
And it's brown eye.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Is the designer actually. So one of the designers, this is a team of designers, but Christian Amundsen Osby is one of the designers, and I am a huge fan of Christian's work. He does a lot of work with Aporta games
Yes.
over the years. And Mandy, one of the designers of Saltfjord, or formerly known as
Oh, yeah.
Santa Maria,
Yeah.
Doodle City, one of my favorite roll and write games early on. He designed that. He's the Magnificent. Oh my God,
Magnificent's
love the
so
Magnificent,
good.
right? So this is a designer that, just like you feel about Feld, if I see Christian Osby on a game, I'm going to be intrigued. To take a second
Absolutely.
look. And here we have Recall, and it looks fascinating. It's not a Civ game, but there is a civilization theme to it. You're engine building, you're exploring. There's some cool tech tree thing going on where there's 3 different tech trees, it looks like, that you're moving up. I love a tech tree. So Recall looks like it's got a lot going on, which is something that I've seen from Christian in terms of like the Magnificent or something before. But between the tech trees and this thing where they're like, you're using quote unquote key cards to unlock action boxes and you're digging for more art, like it sounds absolutely fascinating. So Recall, I'm eager for this one. And what I found interesting is it's not an Aporta game, which I associate Christian.
Yeah.
So it's from Allianz.
point.
So there you go.
Oh, interesting.
Huh. Yeah, that's absolutely right. It's funny because it gave me the vibe from like the video game Signalis. I don't know if anybody has played that, but that's totally the vibe I'm getting. So if you've played that,
Yeah.
it feels like that very much, but very cool.
This it seems a lot like the games that were popular when I first entered the industry. Back in
I get that
2013,
sense.
2014.
Yeah.
Throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, lots of interesting things going
Right.
on, but still like a unique IP. Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely up my alley. Well, the last game on my list is one from Delicious Games, and I feel like I haven't talked a lot about Delicious Games since Underwater City, but I do love their stuff, and it's Aquaria, and it's a I'm going to say lighter, but it's rated about a 2.6, so it's like mid-weight game, 45 to 120 minutes, which is nice, but it plays solo to 4 players. And in this game, you're trying to maintain a thriving aquarium. So there's another game by, is it Uchibakoya that does, I can't remember who, that does that kind of like aquarium type game. Aqua Garden, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I have all the bits and pieces for that. This has a very kind of like retro kind of art cover, so it's a little different than that, but the concept or idea is kind of very similar. And again, it's anything with cute pieces or animals and like putting together your aquarium and that strategic element, I'm here for it. So Aquaria, the art also kind of drew me in. I like those kinds of like retro styled games, like Clue back in the day. I like that. Those sorts of things. So I was like, this is interesting, and it's rated fairly highly. So I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more about this. Actually, I'm looking into it, and it's saying it's a playtime of 45 minutes per player.
Per player.
Yeah, that's not a light game. Baby.
But it's 2.6. Okay, Aquaria.
Yeah,
Maybe it just doesn't have enough ratings yet?
Maybe.
I missed this one, and I'm instantly intrigued. The way that you get a personal tableau that you're filling in with these oh my gosh.
Looks so
cool.
good.
This
So
looks cool.
delicious.
Yeah, and I think it's a really fun spin on like, because we've seen a lot of like animal based games over the course of the last few years.
Yeah.
But doing something like this, I haven't really seen anything based on building an aquarium,
No.
which I think is a really fun spin.
Yeah. Excited.
I like it. Alrighty, folks, we come to that time. One more game in our Spiel anticipation game pie. I'm gonna wrap it up with Adam Master.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So you are playing. So first of all, Adam Master is a solo game.
I see.
So
Oh.
Mandy with an I, we talk about solo gaming a lot. I love playing solo games, and you don't get to play as many as I want to, but I play a fair amount of games solo.
Yeah.
I play a fair amount of solo only games. Isaac and Mandy with Y, do you do any solo gaming? Or do you like go to video games for that kind of thing?
I usually go to video games.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's most
just
people.
because my day job. Yeah.
I'm very much the same. I tend to go to more towards a video game experience for a solo experience because I don't get to play as many video games as I want to as well. But I do, like, I've worked more on solo games over the past few years, and I really have grown to appreciate them a lot more. So I really love seeing really solid designs and innovation in that space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just enjoy it because, Isaac, we were talking earlier about like the joy of the tactile experience of a board game. And sometimes because I love video games too, says my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into Hades and things like that. But I do just sometimes are these times, like I find Sunday mornings, I often am sitting down with a solo board game and just kind of having a cup of coffee and going through those motions. And I really enjoy that kind of ritual on Sunday mornings. So I do have a nice collection of solo-only games, and Adam Master looks like I need.
It looks good.
First of all, multi-use cards.
Oh.
So this is thematically you're leading a ship through a journey to find the end of the world, right? So you've got some kind of journey thing, and you're kind of managing a crew, and then you're dealing with challenges. And if you play solo games like Friday, like Friedman Freeze's famous Friday, that's the thing, like crap happens, deal with it. That's the solo game experience kind of thing. So thematically, that's what they're tossing at you. But looking at the photos of this game, it looks like cards have icons down both sides and in the corners, and there may be some element where, depending on how what cards and icons you have adjacent to each other, you may be activating things differently. That kind of thing tickles all my fancies when it comes to a game and a tableau builder. So Adam Master, solo only game from Ludanova. I gotta find a way to get this game. It looks amazing.
And I heard Ludanova's no more. What? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ludanova.
Okay,
Dun, dun, dun.
talk later. I heard that, and I really need this game.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaken.
No,
But seriously, I could be wrong. But anyway, that might be for another time. But it does look excellent, and I'm not a huge fan of solo games unless it's an RPG. That looks very cool.
Well, if the company is gone,
God, now I'm starting rumors. Like,
it was a perfect way to end the pie. Like, I mean,
Bookend.
on a game that will never be.
Okay. But before we end
Oh my
it,
goodness.
we have some notable ones. Can I just say them quickly? I'm not going to describe them. Some other ones that
Are
didn't.
you cheating, Mandy?
Okay,
Mandy,
hold
are
on.
you
Wait,
cheating in
no.
the pie?
Yes. Hold on. Okay, so Nippon, there's going to be like a remake of that one. So I have the original, but I want to see the new one. AR, 12 Rivers, Movers and Shakers. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, you are such a cheater. This is fine. You little brat. All right, I'm not cheating because I talk about games. I will just add, because I've talked about trends. We talked about Knizia. We talked about Duel. The other thing I will point out is there's some really great expansions. And I wanted to focus on, standalone games. But Underwater Cities, one of my all-time favorite games, has a new expansion coming out. And Far Away, which is a really fascinating card game, has an expansion coming out. And Mandy with a Y, you are smiling and nodding at that.
I think Underwater Cities is the first game I ever played with Mandy with an I.
Was it really?
It might have been.
Wow. That would have been a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Oh, well, that's a great one to start with.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, there you have it, folks. That is our sorry, Mandy. That is our Spiel anticipation game pie. Of course, as we were saying, like it's a good year. I think it feels like a good year. And there are a ton more titles we could have put on there. As always, we welcome your input. Folks who have been contributing game pie ideas in our guild, thank you. That's amazing. Obviously, we'll need a new one for next episode. We had this one covered.
Yes.
But next episode, we'll want a new game pie idea. So drop those in. And honestly, the Spiel list is so extensive. Mandy, I didn't even see Aquaria, and that is absolutely one that I would want. So thank 100%. You for that.
Yeah.
So folks out there, drop your Spiel anticipation notes in our Board Game Geek thread because I want to see it. Mandy with a Y is like raising her hand.
I actually remember there is a game I'm looking forward to seeing come out at Essen.
Oh,
because they brought it to Gen Con, but it was only like you could look at it. You couldn't play it yet.
Oh, yeah.
And it was David Tercy's new game, and I'm really bad. I forget the name, but it's like based on like ancient Greek or Roman.
Yeah.
And it's like a play on an ancient name. It's like, but I can't remember the name of it.
I saw it on the list. I can't remember the name of it, but I know which one you're talking about.
But I'm excited because I really, really like Niculum.
I think it's under Board and Dice.
Okay, so Mandy and Mandy, figure out what it is, and then next episode
we'll put it in there.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks. Exactly what Mandy did. If you all out there have games that you want to check out from Spiel, drop them in our thread. Of course, if you don't want to say it publicly, that's cool too. Some people are a little more private. You can always email us at saltandsassgames@gmail.com or find that thread on boardgamegeek.com. We are guild 4131, and we'll have a little post about this episode, and you can say nice things about our guests Isaac and Mandy in there as well because they are awesome, and we'll put their follow information and stuff like that in the show notes there. Or we're pretty chatty on social media in some places, right, Mandy, with an I?
That's right. You could be watching us right now on the YouTube or the Twitch, and you can find us there at Salt and Sass Games. That's Salt and Sass Games. Or we like to keep it professional, and we just go by Salt and Sass on Blue Sky, so you can hit us up on there as well. You can also follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram at 613 Mandy, and that's Mandy with an I. How about you, Suzanne?
And you can find me on Blue Sky. I'm at 425 Suzanne there. And Isaac and Mandy, do you have any socials or emails where somebody, if they wanted to reach out and connect with you, that they can find you? Or just we'll put that privately later?
You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet by my very confusing username, Tawegia. TAWEJEA. That is where you can find me streaming retro games. You can go to tawegia.com to check out my art. And pretty much everywhere else there's social media.
Love it.
Yeah, and you can find me most places at Isaac on Earth or at Rose Gauntlet.
Amazing. Yeah, and I know that you're on Blue Sky and things like that, Isaac, with that as well. Don't forget to check out Gaia. Wait, Gone to Gaia.
Gone to Gaia.
Gone to Gaia.
Now on GameFound in the future, which we are all in.
We'll put the link in the show notes. As always, it's a pleasure and privilege to be podcasting with you today. Thank you so much for being part of our extended gaming family and for allowing us to be part of yours. Y'all are the best. It's so amazing to have kind of this family to talk about board games with. And then we have folks like Isaac and Mandy in that circle joining us here. This has been amazing. You all are welcome back anytime.
Of course. Yeah.
Please, please, please.
Hopefully next time you're here also getting hot sauce with us.
Yeah.
From your lips to God's ears. But until next episode, everyone, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Stay hydrated and play a lot of games. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. If you'd like to support the podcast, please check us out on coffee.com/saltandsassgames. Thank you for your support. We are also part of the Goonhammer Media Network. Check out more of their content on media.goonhammer.com. Salt and Sass is produced with love by Mandy and Suzanne, and we'll be back next episode with more salt, more sass, and more games.